Hello, today I wanted to make a very quick video showing you how to resolve a CORS issue when it comes to Golang applications. So I've done two things here. I've set up a main.go file that has a router with one endpoint, which is at the index endpoint right here, so the base endpoint with a get method. And then I've also set up a handler here that is running at that endpoint that just sends back a message that says hello world. I'm using the Gorilla Mux router in this case and the net HTTP package. The other thing that I've done is I've set up a React app just to demonstrate the CORS issue. So this application actually works great. So if I go ahead and run a curl localhost 8080, I'm going to get back that message hello world. However, if I run the React app here, so if I say yarn start, my React app's going to start and it'll pop up in the browser here. Perfect. So I have a button here that says say hi, which we should alert the message from the backend. And it should, but it does not. So we don't get that hello world message alerted to us. If we come down to the console, we can see we have a CORS error here. So it says access to fetch from localhost 8080 at localhost 8080 from origin localhost 3000 has been blocked by CORS policy, and you can read the rest there. So how do you resolve this issue? It's pretty simple with Gorilla Mux. All we're gonna have to do is add handlers, a handlers function here from Gorilla. So they actually have a package that you're going to have to go get. I've already done that, so I will not have to go get it in this case. And go get as in the console here, you run go get Gorilla Mux or github.com/gorilla/handlers, and then go ahead and add it, import it at the top of your package here. The next thing we're going to do is come down to where we have the router and the listen and serve function. We're going to actually delete router here. I'm going to go ahead and start a new line. And instead of adding the router there, we're going to add handlers.CORS, CORS in all caps, and we're going to add two sets of parentheses here. And inside the second set of parentheses, we're going to add the router. So this by itself, I'm going to save it, but it's not going to do anything yet. The last part that we have to do is add our allowed origins, allowed methods, allowed headers, and allowed credentials if that's something you need, but that's something that I don't need in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new line, and you're going to feed these through like you would parameters. So they're in parentheses, and you're going to feed them through separated by commas. And what you're going to do is you're going to feed through handlers.allowed origins first, as GitHub's Copilot is suggesting here. And you're going to feed through in parentheses a slice of strings. And then inside of these brackets here, you're going to go ahead and put that slice of strings. So in this case, I'm actually going to allow from any origin, but if you wanted to only allow from, say, one local host, you would put localhost 3000 here. Now, you'd have to append the HTTP at the beginning, by the way, just to make sure you have the entire address in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a comma and go to the next parameter here, which we're going to feed through, which is allowed methods. So I'm going to allow all methods. So in this case, or all the methods that you may typically use in a REST application. So we're going to feed through another slice of strings, and in this case, I'm just going to write out all the methods. So I'm going to go ahead and let GitHub Copilot do it because it knows which methods I want. That's going to be get, post, put, delete, and options. And then the last one that I'm going to go ahead and feed through is allowed headers. I'm going to do handlers.allowed headers, and this looks good to me. I'm not going to use any of these headers, but if you wanted to use headers, say content type authorization, X requested with, I've also used different headers like X API key. Make sure you include any of those allowed headers inside of this allowed headers string slice here, because otherwise it will give you another CORS error. So I'm going to go ahead and save that now, and it looks like I'm missing a parentheses here. Yeah, it looks like I'm missing a parentheses. So let me see what the issue is here. All right, so it looks like I wasn't missing a parentheses. I'm not sure what was going on there, but this looks good to me. So it's pretty much exactly what we had before. So I'm going to go ahead and restart this Go program now, and it should be updated. And now when I go back into Chrome and look at this React app, I'm going to go ahead and clear out this CORS error in the console. I'm going to go ahead and press say hi, and there it is. It pops up right in the alert here, hello world. So I hope this video helped. I'm going to leave the source code down in the description so that you can check out what I did exactly with the handlers.CORS. Keep in mind that this Gorilla package is actually no longer being maintained. However, it's still very valuable to use. It's a very commonly used package, and I use it. So it's still very stable. So I hope this video helped. If it did, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave any questions you got in the comments. Thanks for watching.